Welcome to Mama Muzzy Tarot. I've got the Oracles of Playing Secrets up, and we've got Go Away Evil on the bottom of the deck. And oh, Our Lady, a Motherly Spirit. So, Caradwen. Hold on. So yeah, that's just straight up Caradwen. Protection, but a call, a muse, basically. But okay, so fuck, God, I always do this, I'm sorry. So we have on the bottom of the Oracle of Playing Secrets, Go Away Evil. And this is a card of just straight, like pushing out things that don't belong, go away, protection and warding as well. And then the fact that you got Our Lady, Motherly Spirit, and Caradwen all together, these are all more type supernatural cards, and you have all three of these. Now, Our Lady, Motherly Spirit, this is representative of a motherly spirit, so some of you might have a mother who has passed on who you call on for protection, but this can also be a mother goddess. I don't follow Caradwen, so I'm not sure if she is a mother goddess or not, but this might be a call to follow her for some of you. For others of you, this is inspiration, like defend yourself 100%, but do not squash everybody just because you can, with this Giants card underneath all of that. Be wary of your strength, okay? Pause and take a second before you do anything. Make your plans, that's fine. Figure out what you're going to do. Figure out how it's going to impact your life and theirs after, if you're going to do any workings. Pause before you do anything. Reassess the situation, take a break, let your emotions calm down if there are any. Reassess the situation. You do not want to be your own adversary. There is a chance here for you to fuck yourself up, okay? Don't do it. Make sure that what you are doing is something that you want to do. Make sure what you are doing has repercussions that you want. Make sure what you are doing does not have repercussions that you do not want, and that you examine all of those avenues. But there is a call here to banish evil. So, for those of you that might be struggling with something, basically, if you feel a vibe, stick around. So I'm using the Ali Mann's Tarot, and this is, so we got the Fool just flew out, but this is your standard Fool. Take a journey, something new coming up, embrace it with a little bit of naivety, and enjoy it. But I don't know what this has to do with banishing evil yet. So let's strength. I pulled strength in the last one. We have strength here. This is strength. You are strong enough to take this new journey and handle whatever comes along the way. But don't be afraid to make sure that you are not allowing those in your energy that do not belong, or that are actively tamping down your energy or turning it. You have got to be self-aware. So this is sowing death. This is no, that's not it. That's shovel death, sorry. This is reaping what you sow. You've made some choices, and now those choices are coming home to roost. But this could also be a warning that in this action that you take, in this new journey with this strength, you could earn yourself some repercussions here. Okay? So we got the Nine of Games, and that is a call to have fun, but what else do we hear? King of Swords. So this King of Swords is kind of in a malaise. He's just kind of like, you need to, with this sowing death and the Nine of Games as well, I think there are going to be some repercussions that are unavoidable. Things are going to happen. You are going to make choices that is part of this journey that you're on. Make sure you're making them from a good place with all of those cards that I just said before you take any action. Retributor? That's not a word, I don't think. Before you take any kind of retribution, make sure that you are fully examining the consequences of your actions. Because what this is saying here is the choices that you make will lead you down a certain path, okay? And you are not free from the repercussions of your choices. Knight of Cups. This is somebody that is coming to help you. They're not going to stay forever, but this is somebody that can help. But for some of you, this is also representative of the fact, well, this is a new journey. You have been on this journey before. You might have not necessarily failed, but detoured the first time, right? But let's see what else comes out before I make any concrete distinctions. Who is this Knight of Cups? What is this Knight of Cups? Please, not that much. Fuck you. Sorry, not you. I love you, cards. I'm sorry. So, this not the three cards that stayed on the desk, which is what I'm going to go with. You might have to cut this person off because we have Riding Death and then the King of Cups underneath that with conflict as well. So give me a second. And the Tower. Oh my God. Hold on. Okay, so if you can't, jeez Louise. God, how these cards line up, it drives me nuts sometimes. So I pulled the Knight of Cups. Now the Knight of Cups can represent a person, and I think with the rest of these cards, it is both. I have some of you in my collective that this is a person that you're going to give another chance to, but if you don't approach this situation differently, if you refuse to change with Smoking Death here, this is going to turn into a control situation, and somebody will have to end up being the comforter to the other person while this other person runs roughshod over them, okay? Now for others of you, because I'm getting both of them, for others of you, this is a new opportunity for you. Again, it won't be a person though. It's just a new opportunity, new path, new passion, basically. But again, if you are not careful, if you do not, I don't want to say premeditate because it makes it sound like a crime, but if you don't plan your actions and plan for the repercussions as well, if you do not change this aspect about yourself, it again will turn into a control issue where you have issues of control and all you look for is comfort, but then you end up controlling this comforter and driving them away with riding death, which is cutting down things with no real bias. It's just everything in sight gone. The King of Cups underneath that. This is a chance for a romance, but being that this card is right with this riding death here and the rest of the vibes of these cards, this is somebody who holds on so tightly to their emotions that nobody else can find them. You see how that's a huge cup, but a very, very small hole at the top where very little can escape, and that king has got a fucking grasp on the stem right there. He is not letting that shit tip, right? Which inevitably for either of you in the collective is going to lead to conflict. Okay? But this is something that needs to get torn down. If you cannot make this change yourself, the universe will change it for you. It will destroy it because it does not need to be there. You see that red line going all the way from the bottom all the way to the top, touching the universe, the sky, grounding, or tying the earth and the sky together. This is something that needs to go away, and it will continue to cause you problems if you don't take care of it. With this Eight of Wands here on the bottom of the deck, this is, you have a chance to fix this and let this die and be reborn in the ashes. You see how there's fire on this card and this one? You've got to get through. You need to destroy it quickly. That's what the Eight of Wands is this needs to happen fast. You need to really start analyzing not everything you do, but things that you do that could impact other people, okay? You've lived for a certain way for a long, long time that you shouldn't have been. The undead, this is a habit that you should have let go a long, long time ago and you haven't, but you need to, okay? You have got to judge this habit as unworthy and change yourself. And it might fucking hurt. It really might hurt, but this is a necessary kind of pain. This is a pain that you commit to yourself because you know at the end it's going to come out better. And then we've got the Night Owl. So the Night Owl under that means I need to pull 2 random cards from a spot in the deck, and we'll see what this Night Owl is going to bring you after you can get through that self-incurred pain and that change, okay? So I'm just going to... the 3 of Swords. And the Tradition. So it is going to cause you pain, but with this 3 of Swords, you will be fully aware of it, and it is something that you are going to need with a tradition here, something you are going to need to transmute. It is going to feel, it is going to hurt. But if you can process that, not hide it, not shove it away, not ignore it, not pretend, not lie to yourself that you don't feel it anymore, not shove it down by covering it with other emotions that you dive headfirst into so that you have no emotional control. It's not that, okay? You need to actually address this problem. You need to actually make sure that it is rebalanced, shifted, something is shifted wrong, and it's like something's not lining up. But I think something that's really, really going to help you. We have Deconsecration here and then the Publishing Goblin. So this is something that's not right, but like I was telling you, see how it's twisted right there? As soon as that's not really askew anymore, I think creation is going to be the way to help you out of it. So if you need to create, we have Manufactured Lightning in a bottle here. So if you need to put yourself in those situations where you feel a certain way and you know that you act incorrectly or not the way that you want to, put yourself in those situations, but do not get lost, okay? Be aware of the fact that you are tempted to dive into your emotions and lose yourself there, like this hole right here. You are tempted to lose yourself in that black hole. Be aware of that, see that coming, and make sure that you can pull yourself out of it, okay? You're going to have ups and downs, for sure, but always, always, always maintain hope, okay? You have the Page of Cups here as well. So this is new vulnerability for you if you can get through this. If you can keep your head on straight, make sure that you don't fall too deeply into any depressions. Make sure that you are aware that this is while you are this basically exposure. My dog just farted. Basically, exposure therapy. Fuck, hold on. So while this is, you need to be aware that this, you are committing yourself to exposure therapy. So it is something that you can't get lost in, but you don't have to. You have the strength to get out of it. You have the hope. You have the passion. Cups, Page of Cups, new passion. Not new passion, but passion. You have that passion. So don't stress yourself if it seems like it's not happening on time, okay? As long as you are doing the work, you are on time. That's all it is, okay? And make sure you're taking care of yourself too. Take a lot of time to think with this hanged man here. Take a lot of time to just relax, think, work through things. If you need to journal and then have a cry and then journal some more and then take a bath and then journal some more, set a day for that. Plan for that. It does not make you weak to need to take care of yourself. It makes you strong to be able to set up boundaries and say, okay, well, I'm not at 100% right now and I want to do this right, so I'm going to get myself to 100%. I hope you can understand that. That's what you got to do, okay? New life incoming. With this Nine of Wands at the very bottom, you see that new life, how it's shielded right there? You're going to get rid of this evil, okay? You just need to make sure you are asking for help when needed. Make sure you're calling on ancestor spirit guides when you're doing workings and things like that. And when you are doing workings, don't just dive in and start. You need to make a plan and try to figure out the repercussions and make sure it's what you really want. Don't act off of emotion. Don't act off of emotion. Control yourself a little bit, okay? I hope this helped. Love you.